Hi guys, welcome back to another video where today we're unboxing 4 more diecast models. But as always, before we jump in, make sure to like and subscribe as we are so close to 500 subscribers. It would really mean a lot if you could hit that very soon. Without further ado, let's jump straight in. So starting us off, we've got this Hoonigan Pegasus from Top Models. And as you can see, the packaging is nice and vibrant with the 43 and the Monster logos, and also all the little Ken Block sort of memorial or Ken Block sort of decals on the side as well. You can also see the Hoonigan and the 43 on the back, same with all the decals continuing around the whole packaging, and the top models and the scale on the front. You can also see with the model unboxed, it does have the more of acrylic heavy style base with the Porsche, the 911 Hoonigan Pegasus, and the number, which is 385 out of 999 made. But you can already see how good in contrast it looks to the base, the actual car. Obviously we will be looking at the model a bit more in depth up close, which you can see the model already looks absolutely incredible. The detail off the get-go is really good. As you can see, it has got the little Hoonigan Pegasus logo on the front of the splitter with all the little ghost decals as well, which is very cool. You can see the wheels do move with a little bit of force, and you can see the Toyo Tires logo very clearly. You can also see on the rear of the model, it's got the Hoonigan logo just below the ducktail spoiler, and obviously the Hoonigan logo on the top of the spoiler as well. You can also see the huge diffuser and obviously the rear tail light as well, which look very well made. Obviously the pattern on the side skirt continues across onto the front, like I mentioned, with all the decals, same as the actual livery of the car. You can also see the interior has a lot of detail as well. You can see the steering column for the steering wheel and also the metal pipework for the dashboard, which looks really cool, and the detail is absolutely phenomenal. This model feels absolutely premium in your hand. You can see the detail and the depth that has gone into this model, obviously in the interior and the exterior as well, especially on the diffusers and all the side skirts with that carbon effect. You can also see the paintwork is absolutely phenomenal, and like I say, the decal placement is very well done as well. Now I would say that the Monster decals could be a little bit better placed, or maybe even a little bit better made, but I have also noticed that the Monster decals on quite a few models from a lot of different brands haven't actually been the best, and I'm not entirely sure what the reason is behind that. That brings us swiftly on to the second model of the video, which is this absolutely classic British icon, the 1961 Jaguar E-Type from a brand called GFCC Toys. Now, I wasn't entirely sure about the brand when it called them toys, as obviously these are models, they're collectibles, and it does say on the bottom that it is limited to 499 made. You can see the packaging is just your standard sleeve design in a nice cream colour with the outline of the Jaguar E-Type on the front and the back of the packaging, with all the warnings and stuff you would need on the underneath. You can also see the model comes displayed on a nice black plastic base, the nice standard base that you would get with any of these models. You can also see the plaque on the front saying the GFCC logo, also the Jaguar E-Type and the number, which is 284 out of 499. Now, as you can see, this comes in the classic British racing green, which is done exceptionally well. You can see the paint application is absolutely phenomenal, and the detail again is really good. And as you saw there, I did point to the bonnet, which does open, which you will see a little bit later on. But you can see for now the wheels do spin really well, and they've got the nice multi-spoke old classic style rim, which again looks really well made. You can also see the silver trim on the edge of the windows, which again gives that nice classic feel. Really well done. And you can also see the body lines. I did actually originally think the boot did open, but it doesn't. The body lines are just that well made. You can also see the rear plate on the rear, obviously saying 1961, and also the Jaguar in the proper Jaguar font as well. You can see the tail light and also the rear bumper having that nice silver trim, and the tail light also having the silver trim around them, which is very cool. And the interior is not shy of any detail whatsoever. The dials on the dashboard have some detail, and so does the nice wooden steering wheel, which gives it that nice authentic classic look. But you can see now that the engine bay, again, nice and open. You can see the detail on the suspension and the engine, which is absolutely phenomenal. The engine is really well detailed, and I can actually say from personal experience it does actually look very realistic, as I have seen and sat in and been passenger in a real life Jaguar E-Type. So it is very, very well made, and proportionally it looks absolutely excellent as well. The trim is absolutely phenomenal, and like I say, the proportions, the paintwork, the way this model has been made completely is really, really well done. Now, like I said at the start, I did say that I was a little bit wary of the brand, saying that it was toys, but again, you can see this model is absolutely phenomenal. Even down to the smaller details, like the way the bonnet opens and the way the bonnet sits, as it does sit in multiple places, and realistically how the real bonnet would open and sit. And also the really intricate window wipers on the front of the model, which are really, really delicate, so I would be careful of them. You can also see on the underside of the model, it's fairly detailed as well, with the exhaust pipework and some of the suspension visible. But it just has that proper old school toy sort of feel, like a Matchbox or Laredo model. But that now brings us onto the third model of the video, which is this Fast and Speed 2FAST2FURIOUS Mitsubishi Evolution Lancer 7, which, as you can see, comes in the nice standard sleeve packaging, just the same as the others, with a nice orange and yellow design. Now, again, it's nice and vibrant with the logo very prominent. It's very similar to a lot of the other packaging out there. You can see again the model coming on the standard base with just the lettering on the base instead of a plaque. Obviously you can see the fast and the speed, the Lancer Evolution 7 as well. But you can see the model again is very, very vibrant and very well made again. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was that really solid intercooler in the front bumper. Looks very, very well made and very, very sturdy. It looks like it's made out of metal as well, which is very, very cool. And you can also see behind the wheels there is a nice red brake caliper and disc as well. On the rear of the model, you can see the tail lights have got some nice colour and contrast to them. They do look a little bit big proportionally, but that's okay because the detail in them is absolutely incredible. Same goes for the writing. The Evo, it does look a little bit plain on the back, but the Evolution writing is super, super clear. And you can also see that carbon effect on the spoiler is really, really realistic. In fact, one of the better carbon effects I have seen from a few of the brands. Now, you can see the wheels are stuck in place, but nonetheless the model is absolutely incredible. You can see the headlights are very nicely proportioned, with the indicator being super, super vibrant. And although the paint application does seem a little bit heavy in some places, you can see all around the model is very, very well made. The decals are applied super, super well, and as you can see, the wing mirror even has the mirror decal as well. Overall, this model is very, very well done. That now brings us onto the final model of the video, which is this Aurora model Subaru WRX STI in the nice HKS livery. You can also see this model comes in the more full style packaging with a protective front to stop the acrylic getting scratched, and it also stops the overall packaging getting damaged in transit or storage, which I personally think is a lot better. But we're here to check out the actual model itself, which as you can see looks super, super vibrant even when sat on the base. You can see obviously it comes on the standard black plastic base with the metal plaque on the front with the WRX STI, obviously the Aurora model and the scale, and also the number, which is 102 out of 999 made. But the actual model in hand looks really, really good. You can see proportionally the headlights and the grills, absolutely phenomenal. The only thing I would say is some of the decal placements, you can see where the edge of the decals are, they haven't really been applied to the best ability. You can see the wheels spin fairly well, and there is a brake disc and caliper behind them. This is something which I did find out about this model a bit later on when I did flip it upside down, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But you can see overall this model looks absolutely fantastic. The bronze wheels look absolutely incredible, and you can see the carbon effect on that spoiler looks really, really good with a nice gloss effect. Comparing that to the matte effect on the Evo, let me know which one is your favourite in the comments down below. But you can see on the rear of the model the detail is fairly good as well, with the Subaru badge and also the STI logo. And you can also see on the wing plate of the spoiler it has got the HKS decal as well. But I did say I found out something quite cool with the wheels and the underside of this model, and that is they have got the same underside or wheel design as the CM models. Now, as you can see, these look like they have been glued in place though, so you can't actually remove them. But I did think that was quite interesting that that is actually the case. So if you did want to ply them out or pry them out, you maybe can to swap the wheels if that is something you did want to do. Obviously, these models are screw based anyway. Overall though, I would say this model is very, very good. There is only a slight few things like decal placement and the way the paint has been made. Obviously you can see in the light it does tend to reflect it, but overall I would say this model is very, very well made. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on each of these models. Here you can see them all next to each other proportionally, obviously showing all the difference of the sizes between each different brand, and also just showing them all up close so you can get your opinion on each of the models. Obviously you can see the Jaguar E-Type being super tiny and that Porsche being absolutely huge. But let me know in the comments down below, have these brands flopped with these models, or do you think they are very good and you will be getting them if you get the chance? But with that being said, I am going to start to wrap it up here guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.